Just I think one of the greatest things is that it's sort of that comforting feeling that you realize that you're not the only crazy one, that your wife's not the only crazy one. It's sort of like when you get together with your girlfriends and you tell a secret or you say something, and all of a sudden you realize, I'm not the only one who does that. I'm not the only one who has a husband who does that.
The play is called Secrets of a Soccer Mom because we all have our secrets, but especially in this play, three women standing on the side of a field talking to each other.
It's actually quite interesting to see what they talk about on the sidelines. There's a whole nother game going on.
During this conversation, they start revealing things to each other that we can all identify with, and that reflects what goes on in our own lives when we become parents.
I think anyone is a soccer mom if they have a calendar with more events for their children than for themselves.
Then they start talking about affairs and the volume of sex that couples may have or not.
My sex life really hasn't changed. Well, maybe I'm a little more aggressive.
Because you're a soccer mom.
I'm a soccer mom.
I didn't see myself as a soccer mom, but my son informed me that, Mom, you come to every game, you pick me up, you pick up other people's kids, you're a soccer mom.
So your sex life is more aggressive because you're soccer.
Yes, it is.
I think people should come because they will identify with it, and it's funny and it's touching and it's a great evening. It's got it all.
I am so honored to be partners with Deborah Sonnenberg. I have to tell you, if I could ask for a partner, a perfect partner, of course, other than my husband, it would be Deborah. I'm thrilled that we are producing this show together. It's a phenomenal show, and it's basically about what we do, about us.
This is my partner, Nancy, and I am so excited to be working with her on Secrets of a Soccer Mom. She came from Minnesota, which is where I also grew up, and in her early 20s landed the role of Eliza in My Fair Lady opposite Rex Harrison. Three Penny Opera with Sting.
Kissed him.
She kissed him.
Every night.
Every night? You never told me that. We come to the project from different places, but with really the same blended interests, which is a combination of being soccer parents and trying to put our kids first, and being theater professionals and wanting to bring a show that really speaks to both of us.
I think the term encompasses all of their activities, not just soccer. You know, whether it's basketball or karate or swimming lessons. When I'm in the car taking my son somewhere, I'm a soccer mom.
Right. I think all moms are soccer moms, whether it's a cello mom or a karate mom.
This show is about what it's like to be a soccer mom, and we wanted to create an experience for our audience.
We came up with this idea that, you know, how many soccer parents, soccer moms in particular, get to go to the theater? None. How many soccer moms do something for themselves, actually? Like, you know, 3%. So you drop your kids at school, you come into the city to this wonderful Off-Broadway show, and in the whole lobby we have an entire gift shop, a really neat boutique with all kinds of interesting things. You come out, we hand you a voucher to go to lunch with your friends and discuss everything, and yet you're back home in time to pick up your kids from school.
Now, if you can't make our 11 a.m. matinees, we also have Friday evening, 2 shows on Saturday, and a Sunday afternoon show, so people can come and do the exact same thing. We hope that it will be date night, and our motto is going to be, you get the sitter and we do the rest.
And the price compared to Broadway, oh my gosh, it's like so much more reasonable. You're going to be getting a show, shopping, and dinner for less than the price of a Broadway ticket.
I left a career to become this. I wanted to become a soccer mom. It was my goal.
I don't see it in a negative.
I don't either. I don't either.
I love living in the suburbs, and I love the sense of community.
I also hear a lot of women saying, that's me, that's me, that's me. Or if there's 3 women in the play, and one will say, well, Allison, that one is me. Or no, Nancy's me. And then a lot of times they say, oh, all 3 of them. I identify with all 3 of them.
It's not just about seeing a play, but it's about taking time out for yourself.
We have set this up so that you can bring groups.
The show itself and the whole experience we're creating is something that is particularly effective with groups because people love to go in with their friends.
There are all kinds of groups. There are music groups, there are book clubs, there are bowling clubs.
We're hoping that groups of friends might even come together.
I actually went with a group of women, and we were doubled over laughing because not only was it so true for all of us, but we actually looked at all the talent on stage and said, oh, that reminds me of this person, or that reminds me of another person. And really, it's brilliantly written because it's so true.
You're going to want to go back. You're not going to just want to go once, see the show once. You're going to have the experience more than once.
I'm looking forward to my third time.
Me too. Me too. We'll go together.
We'll go together.
I know how it ends, and I still cry because I think it's that beautifully written.
Be soccer mom. It's okay.
It's fun. It's fun. Don't be scared of the suburbs.
I don't know if it happens out on the soccer field, but when the kids are at school and we can sneak in a martini lunch, it can get X-rated. And the husbands love when we have time to do that.
When you see something on stage that reflects a part of your life, you are able to release it in a way that's not embarrassing because somebody else is going through it on stage, and you can sort of go, ah, that happened to me too.
If anything, I don't want people to say, as my husband teases me, that it's a chick play, you know. It's not. I think it's for everybody.
When I walked away from it, it was much more provocative than I had expected. I thought maybe it was going to be funny and light, and it was, but then there was this whole other side to it that was so much deeper.
I did this play originally 4 years ago, and Judith Ivey directed it, and Kate obviously had written it as well. And it was the most phenomenal experience. We got this great review in the New York Times. It was in a little theater in New Rochelle, and we all had such a great time doing it, and the response was so fantastic that we decided we have to do this again. And so I met Deborah, and we're doing it again.